Hi everyone, this is Margaret Manning with lifeafterdeath.com. Lifeafterdeath.com is a community of people who have a fascination with the topic of life after death and questions related to near-death experience, the afterlife, and spirituality. And we're going to have conversations here and write articles on our website to really raise and challenge these questions, talk to experts, and have an open heart and an open mind about how we approach this topic. Now, this article that I'm going to discuss today is about something that may seem unrelated, and that is our pets. And the question here is, do animals go to heaven? Do animals have a life after their death? And there are three powerful reasons to believe that this might be the case, that the afterlife is filled with life and the things that were alive, and that includes our pets. Now, people who have animals know how connected and how attached we can get to them. And I think people can certainly relate to this question. I remember, for example, when my first little creature died, I think it was a little cat, but Snowy, that was hit by a car, and it was just really, really awful. And I remembered asking my mom and dad, what happened? Where did he go? And we buried a little service in the back garden. And then I think as I got older and like dogs and animals that I'd really got attached to died, it just became more of a question like, am I ever going to see this little dog again? I mean, my little Chica, when she died, I think I cried, longer than I've cried for anything. I mean, she was so much a part of me, and I felt like part of me had died. I mean, maybe that's part of the experience here, is that we can't imagine ourselves not living on, and we can't imagine the things that we truly, truly love not living on. So I guess the question is, do animals have souls? And if they do they go to heaven? Well, we don't know this. We're just, as we've said in lifeafterdeath.com, we're just looking for answers. We're just questioning. But here are some reasons that I think you might want to think that it's possible. And we're going to be talking to experts over the next few months and maybe get their opinions on this as well. But here's three reasons to believe that the afterlife for animals does not relate to specific religious teachings, and it's very possible. So, animals are more than furry robots. They are conscious little creatures. They have emotions. They interact with their environment, and I think that's the big difference, is that they're not like a pet rock, that just has a very static existence. These animals do stuff with you. They're not capable of planning, but some animals, like the animals that look after the blind, and ones that are dogs working for the police force, for example, they can work stuff out. They have associations. They can be taught very human tasks. And so I think that that's the way to look at this. I mean, there's potential. Not every dog can do that. Certain breeds are more, suitable. But they're social animals. They are social creatures that have engagement with human beings. And so I think that's a good reason to think that they're more than just a physical body. So if we believe that our bodies, our physical bodies have a possibility of going into a different place or taking on a different form, then I think it's not stretching it so far to include the pets and animals that we love. So I guess the next question is, would it be heaven? Would it be the afterlife if it wasn't capable of handling all life? It's like if there's a consciousness that exists in all living creatures, including pets and animals, why would that not continue in the same way? What exclusivity do human beings have that they might get the right to carry on, but animals don't? So I think most people actually do feel this way about animals, and that they deserve to see them again. I think, that's very common for children they can understand that. The animal's now with grandma, who's with grandpa, and it just seems to make sense that we'd all be together because we're so important to each other. But you can read this article in a bit more detail. The questions I'm raising are just kind of, summarizing what you'll read in this article. But the third thing, and I think maybe this is very powerful for those who have a faith in a particular religion, is that God loves life in all forms. So why would he exclude any life form from heaven? Well, to build a relationship with, you can't build a relationship with God if you don't believe that he is all encompassing and has ultimate knowledge. So we don't know. We just know that our faith in that God gives us access to information and to insight. And I guess that, when you think about, is there a God? I mean, this is a whole different topic that we can talk about. I mean, some people will just say, well, just look around you. Is that possible without some grand design? And, it's up to you whether you believe that or not. But we're not here at Life After Death to actually make that assessment. We're just saying that when it comes to pets and talking about animals continuing after their life in their physical body, if you think about the concept of God and it being all expansive, the answer absolutely is yes. So 3 ways of looking at the death of a pet and how they might continue in an afterlife of their own form. And, the question about whether they really do is personal belief. And that's going to be true of so many topics on this channel. And that's why we're here. We want to have conversations that cover all the possible, configurations and give everybody an opportunity to work it out for themselves. It's ultimately what we have to do. So if you choose to believe in heaven filled with life, what's your feeling? How would you answer that question? Do animals go to heaven? How would you answer? Look forward to your conversation. Actually, it'd be really interesting to see what you think. And I hope you enjoy this article and get some value from it. And look forward to talking to you about the next topic related to lifeafterdeath.com. Bye for now.